The movie unfolds in the kingdom of Acheron, where magicians have discovered the secret to resurrecting the dead. To harness this immense power, they fashion a mask from the bones of their departed kings and strengthen it with the pure blood of their daughters. As the blood touches the mask, it's imbued with a dark, formidable power. Once worn, the mask transforms its wearer into the world's most formidable being. Leveraging this power, Acheron's influence expands, conquering all in its path except for the Barbarians, a tribe that eventually rises up to defeat them. In an effort to safeguard the world, the Barbarians shatter the mask, scattering its pieces across various cities, ensuring that no one could ever assemble it again. Legend speaks of a time when someone might attempt to reunite the mask's pieces, threatening the world with cruelty. But hope persists in the prophecy of a warrior who will rise to challenge this evil. Fast forward, during a skirmish between the Barbarians and the Acheron army, the tribe chief's wife sustains a fatal injury. With her dying breath, she births a child named Conan. The scene shifts years ahead, revealing a barbarian tribe in preparation mode. The chief readies the young boys for a unique race where they must carry an egg in their mouth. The first to finish without breaking the egg wins. Late to the briefing is Conan, the chief's son. Despite his tardiness, the chief hands him an egg. As the race commences, barbarian invaders approach, sending the boys into a frenzied escape. But Conan stands his ground, confronting the adversaries head-on. The tribe fears the worst, but their dread turns to astonishment when Conan returns, bearing the severed heads of 3 barbarians. Triumphantly, he spits out the unbroken egg, proving he not only vanquished the enemies but also won the race. Recognizing his son's valor, the chief urges Conan to hone his skills further, instructing him in sword, making, and combat. But despite his best efforts, Conan repeatedly falls short against his father's prowess. One fateful day, barbarians descend upon their village in a deadly raid. As Conan's father attempts to defend their home, he's captured. The barbarian leader, hungry for power, confronts him, seeking the final piece of the mask. Despite threats and torture, the chief remains resolute in his refusal. In a brave act of defiance, Conan slashes the barbarian leader's nose. However, this victory is short-lived as Conan is soon overpowered and captured. The scene transitions to Marek, the barbarian leader's daughter, a sinister figure wielding dark powers. She discovers the location of the last piece, and Marek retrieves it, presenting it to her father. Once all the pieces are assembled, the mask is completed. However, he remains powerless. To reclaim his powers, he needs pure blood, obtainable only from an untainted maiden. In a brutal act, Conan's father is subjected to dripping lava. As Conan attempts to rescue him, he too is threatened by the molten cascade. Conan's father implores him to retreat, saying, "Save yourself. Remember, you are destined to become a great warrior." In his final act of defiance, Conan's father releases the lava upon himself, leading to his demise. Fast forward, and we see Conan has matured. He's engaged in numerous battles and has liberated countless captives. During one of these rescue missions, Conan spots the man whose nose he had previously severed. Inquisitively, Conan asks a captured thief, "What do these men want from you?" The thief reveals they are all Kalar's men. Determined, Conan infiltrates their lair, witnessing first and the cruelty inflicted upon the prisoners. He fights fiercely, eventually confronting the man he had disfigured earlier. Demanding the whereabouts of the elusive Kalar, Conan learns that Kalar, along with his daughter, has set his sights on a city, chasing a long-sought source of pure blood. The princess Tamara. Tamara's spiritual guide prophesies the arrival of a warrior who will bring her joy, leaving Tamara bashful. Their moment is disrupted by a violent ambush. As chaos ensues and allies fall, Tamara defends herself bravely. In a dire moment, her guide urges her to flee, and she commandeers an enemy buggy. Conan, mistaking her for an ally of Kalar, intercepts her vehicle, tearing its roof open. Confused, Tamara exclaims her ignorance of Kalar's location, stating her own escape from him. As an assailant targets Tamara from behind, Conan intervenes, besting the attacker and rescuing Tamara. Conan captures a minion demanding information that night in a cave. The man reveals Tamara's lineage as an Azurite, her blood's purity making her a target for Kalar. He tempts Conan with a ransom in exchange for the girl. By morning, Conan decides to send a message. He binds the man and dispatches him directly into Kalar's camp, gagged with a cloth bearing a note. "If you want the girl, come find me." As anticipated, Kalar, accompanied by his daughter Marek, confronts Conan, initiating a negotiation for Tamara's release. "So," Conan declares, "I don't want money. I want your head." In response, Marek summons sand monsters using her power, which immediately assail Conan. But Conan fends them off with great valor. Following this, a fierce battle ensues between Kalar and Conan. However, in the midst of the skirmish, Marek manages to wound Conan using her weapon. He then attempts to ignite the weapon and escapes, making his way to a friend who possesses a ship. With this ship, he makes his getaway. Using her power, Marek quickly discerns their location. She dispatches her men to confront them. A prolonged battle takes place, but Conan and his allies display immense bravery and eventually defeat Marek's minions. With his foes dispatched, Conan embarks on a quest to vanquish Kalar on his own. But in his haste, he leaves behind his map. Recognizing this oversight, Tamara pursues Conan to deliver the map. The night finds them seeking shelter in a cave where the closeness of their confinement leads to an intimate moment. Come morning, Tamara steps out for a brief respite, only to be ambushed by Marek, who then abducts her. When Conan emerges and discovers Tamara missing, he finds Marek's distinct nail, a sign indicating she has taken Tamara. Determined to save her, Conan resumes his journey to track down Kalar. Along the way, he encounters a familiar thief whose life he had once spared. With this thief's assistance, Conan infiltrates a fortress teeming with skeletons and water. Their intrusion awakens a formidable beast that lunges at them. Yet Conan, ever the fearless warrior, battles the creature and emerges victorious. Within the fortress, Kalar senses the disturbance and surmises that something is amiss. Concerned for their safety, he relocates Tamara to a more concealed location, a shadowy cave, where he ties Tamara and smears her blood on the mask. It's evident that he's been orchestrating all of this to resurrect his deceased wife, who was once a witch. Once the ritual is complete, Kalar dons the mask. His intent is to bring his wife's spirit back within Tamara's body. However, just then, Conan arrives, attempting to halt Kalar's intentions. The wheel to which Tamara is bound topples, becoming lodged. Conan rushes forward, breaking the chains, and liberates her. As this unfolds, Marek lunges at Tamara. Conan intervenes, and in the ensuing battle, Marek meets his end. Elsewhere, Kalar is engrossed in finalizing his ritual. Amidst the chaos, a suspended bridge shatters, and Tamara is sent plummeting. Conan manages to grasp her in time. Gasping, Tamara pleads with Conan to release her, fearing that if Kalar completes his ritual, she'll be possessed by his wife's spirit. Suddenly, Kalar appears, taunting Conan by reminiscing about a time when Conan tried and failed to save his father from a similar fate. Enraged by the bitter memory, Conan thrusts Kalar into a nearby pit, ending his menace. Consequently, the magic's hold over Tamara dissipates. The two of them, having narrowly escaped death, make their way to safety. In the film's closing scene, we witness Conan escorting Tamara to his kingdom. He then returns to his tribe, where he makes a solemn vow to his late father to meet every challenge with unwavering bravery. The movie concludes on this poignant note.